So we are the Williams. I'm Caitlin. This is Jordan.
My name is Katie.
And I'm Roger. We're the cooks.
The cooks.
I'm Vesta Bird Cook, and I was married to Dale for 63 years.
We've been married for a little over a year and a half now.
We have been married for almost 31 years as of coming August. And
32, honey.
No, 31. We met at 8.
31.
Knowing that our marriage has been eternal was something that we took into consideration before we got engaged.
I believe that sealing power is kind of a connecting or a connection for us. It draws us together and it makes us one.
We were married for almost 2 years before we owned a car. So our evenings, a lot of times, were spent walking up and down the road. After we put the kid to bed,
I already made my decision. I'm going to make it for the long haul, and having that in the back of your mind the whole time, you're more willing to solve problems. You're more willing to turn to the one source that makes your marriage stronger.
Knowing that we are sealed to each other for eternity, that our family is going to be sealed for eternity, how we have to put forth the effort.
we had our car, and on the way down to Salt Lake, it started acting up. We thought, now, jeepers, if we're going to go on a mission, how are we going to go with this car? Because we're going to have to get rid of it, but we can't afford to buy anything else. But we had a prayer that night, and that car ran. The next day, it was perfect.
Once making it eternal by being sealed, we want to keep it that way. And so for almost 31 years, we have spent our life weathering the storms, going through the storms together, coming out of the storms stronger and better, and loving each other more.
Dale and I were married for 63 years before he passed away. But when we come back from our last mission, it was on our way home when he got hurt. He fell, and from that time on he went down. But I always knew that Dale's work was done. It was promised in his patriarchal blessing he would live until his work was done.
When we have an earthly marriage, it's usually a contract, but an eternal marriage is a covenant, and I don't know, it just takes it to the next level of what you're willing to do for your spouse, with your spouse, and everything that's going to come when you're married.
No matter how hard it's going to be, we've got to put each other first to make sure that those promises that we made are kept, and so that they can last.
I missed him so much, but I know our marriage is eternal. And I know that he knows it. And our children are ours. They're ours for eternity. And it's always been hard when we lost little Starla, because we know that she is ours.
We were dance directors in the stake, danced the Vietnamese waltz. We had a group that was going to dance with us, and they all backed out but one couple and us. So we danced out there on the floor alone doing the Vietnamese waltz. I never did consider myself to be a good dancer, but I sure loved to dance and hold her while she danced. That was the beginning of our life together. It was a happy time. It was a good time. It's one that I will always remember.
As he was passing away, I knew he was unconscious, in a coma, and I said, Dale, will you give me take Darla a big hug for me? And he said, okay. That's the last thing he ever said as he passed, and it was peaceful.